You have this one brother that's very upset that people are supporting Vice President Kamala Harris. Why? Because he was one of the ones that suffered during the mandates. If you remember that during the pandemic. Let's go ahead and roll that.
I am so sick of you cowards. Keep on talking about, well, she trying to protect reproductive rights and women's rights and this and that. What the happened to all our rights when we had to get a mandated or we couldn't work? Raise your hand if you lost your job from not getting the me. But you want to talk about somebody's rights? They took them right from under us. They told us we couldn't go to funerals, but we could go march up and down the street long as we got BLM on. Make that make sense. All of you Democrats that's followed behind this that ain't said shit. She literally ain't said worth voting for. She even did less. Then you keep on talking about she did the Anti-Lynching Act 4 months ago. 4 months ago to get your vote so you can have something to talk about because it's nothing else. Then when you ask them what she did for the economy, first thing they say, the Anti-Inflation Act. She passed the Anti-Inflation Act. Do you feel uninflated? Huh? Do you feel uninflated? Because a bill passed? No, you don't. I'm sick of y'all.
Yes, his brother was correct. If you didn't take, the medication they felt you should take, they were saying you should lose your job. You should be kicked out of the military. You can't, like the brother said, can't go to funerals, can't go to concerts, can't do this, can't do that. And all that mess came in with the Biden-Harris. That's why I make sure I say Harris loud so you can make sure you understand what I'm saying. The Biden-Harris administration. This woman believes in censorship. She already said that us having our speech online, even though these platforms have a lot of community guidelines, you can't really say what you want to say on a lot of these platforms, no matter if it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. A lot of them got community guidelines, right? So people aren't wild in what they're saying for the most part, especially people that really doing this seriously, right? They're going to try to follow every rule they can. If something happens, they're going to make sure to correct it. So no, nobody's going to be reckless with the mouth on here. Most of the people, they got a platform, right? But she wants the content creators regulated, like with the FTC. She wants regulation. And just even me hearing that on top of the other things that she's doing, right? I'm like, oh, Lord, no. Because these Democrats believe in authoritarianism. And that's what you saw during the pandemic was authoritarianism. Why would you want to vote that back in? That doesn't even make any sense. Listen, the one thing that America has that other countries really don't is freedom of speech. Other countries, you can't criticize the president, people in government. You can't criticize the police. You can't criticize judges. You can't criticize prosecutors. Or you're behind to be in jail with no bail because a lot of them countries don't have bail. So when you in there, you sitting in there until your case come up. And hopefully you can get out. So that is a beautiful thing that we have in America. And the Democrats are anti-freedom of speech, anti-First Amendment. You should never think that it's okay to censor people's speech, even speech that you find disgusting. Because if people's speech is disgusting, then they got to bear the consequences of their disgusting speech. They may get canceled. They may lose their job. They may lose whatever because of their mouth. But you know what? They should have a right to say it. I'd rather you be disgusting, personally, so I know who you are. When you keeping people quiet doesn't mean that they don't feel that way. They just go to other means to express that, like they're going on the 4chans and the dark web and all these other places saying what they want to say. See, I think if people got to express themselves, we can catch them a lot quicker. See, you can't say you want to do certain things online on the normal websites, right? So they go to these little other websites, the 4chans, etc. And they do all their talking over there because they can't say it on these platforms. And I think they should be able to say things on these platforms. That way we see it, say, hey, That guy about talking about committing some sort of, he talking about airing out the place at the mall or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's why you never see this stuff coming. And they live in an echo chamber in those places. So no, we should not be censoring anybody. But this is one of the main reasons why we have our African Diaspora News Channel app. Is because on our app, we don't have to worry about being censored. We can report on what we want to report on when we want to report on it. And that's the beautiful thing, of that. But I understand this brother's frustration. I understand it. I'm with him. I support him 2,000%. It is utterly ridiculous that people want to support this woman. But look at the economy. That should tell you even more how the economy in this country is trash.